This one?
That's your beer.
Okay.
There's nothing in it. No, but don't just.
Okay.
Just trust me. You're not gonna put it.
Oh, come on. I was going to put my go in it.
Okay, you can do that. I mean, it is a finished beer, but the whole idea is it's there because
to make it look like you have a
you're not square. You're not a square, man.
It's a prop.
Do we have to show him my ankle bracelet? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I would be funnier if you had one as you're wearing the Nike slides.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The prison type.
That would be funny.
Shower shoes.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only live streaming face-to-face arts and entertainment podcast covering northeastern Pennsylvania, offering a true alternative voice in local media. We're coming to you from the NEPA Scene studio underneath Center City Print in downtown Scranton. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene. Summer Costco is behind the scenes in the producer's chair. And tonight we're here with Scranton punk garage rock band The Mesos, who have an album release show coming up next Saturday, July 26th at the V-Spot, with Alpha Rabbit, Meanderthal, and DJ Honeyman Lightnin. We're talking about their previous bands like the KLAP and the Dunmore basement origins of this group, classic punk rock influences and the state of the genre today, the making of their new album Can't Surf and the inspiration behind each track, pulling audiences in with catchy hooks and high energy, and much, much more. So please join our conversation with your questions and comments down below. We'll get to those later on in the show. Before we dive in, I want to thank our sponsor, Center City Print, who provides us with this great studio space. As you can see, we've made some upgrades to the space recently, including these huge couches that were quite a pain in the ass to get in here, but I think well worth it. So you can use promo code NEPA Scene in person or online at centercityprint.com for 10%. Center City Print can bring your ideas to life in 4 locations: Scranton, Old Forge, Kingston, and Hazleton. These one-stop shops are locally owned and operated, offering high-quality printed products, copy and print services, and design solutions to help you, your small business, your nonprofit organization, your band, your art project, your event, or any venture thrive. Use promo code NEPA Scene in person or online at centercityprint.com for 10% off.
All them guys, and we collect them too. Our poster, like I do, you know.
Yeah.
So for $1.10 or $1.90 a piece, whatever it is, I think it's like $1.10.
Yeah.
For a nice, card stock. Can't beat it.
Like I said, can't beat their prices.
No, they're
Collect a
wonderful.
lot of things.
And the service.
So let's exactly. So let's start by introducing yourselves and your position in the band.
I'm Dom Fortes, lead guitar and lead vocals.
I am Connor Langen, and I am bass guitar and backup vocals and class clown of the Mesos.
Trish McCormick Williams. I play rhythm guitar and backing vocals.
Now, the Mesos is influenced by garage rock and punk and a lot of 70s rock. When did you first discover these kinds of music?
I first discovered the New York Dolls on VH1 classic albums.
Nice. Back when they used to actually play music.
And it was like 4 hours of blocks of just like music videos. And I remember one day they were doing like a personality crisis, and I was just like, oh, I like this. This is cool. I could definitely play that too.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. My first introduction to the New York Dolls was on VH1 Classic.
Nice. I didn't even know they would play that.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that myself. I mean, it's VH1 Classic. That was more niche station, but that was definitely cooler than regular VH1.
It may have not been classic albums. It might have been like what was like that pop-up video type thing where they play like a whole block of like. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you would see like really outlandish music videos of like live performances and that came on. It was awesome.
Yeah, I hear a lot of 80s hair metal and stuff. Like, it'd be a sleepover at a friend's house who has like digital cable or whatever it was that had the channel VH1 Classic. I'd wake up and be like, some, maybe not even one-hit wonder like hair metal band or something, and like this music video I've never seen before. It's kind of cool,
Yeah.
Play music videos on TV.
VH1 Classic's the start of it. I was raised on like Kiss and the Rolling Stones and everything like that too for my mother and father, so.
Yeah, and a lot of those 80s hair bands, actually, they were influenced by the New York Dolls. So if you're, you know, growing up listening to like Guns N' Roses or whoever at the time, like, or you're reading about it, and they mention that, I have to say, only a few bands they give credit where credit was due, like to their influences at that time. But they referenced Johnny Thunders, the New York Dolls, Duff McKagan, LAMF. He had it on his amp, I think, you know. So that's, I wormhole, like, you know what I mean? I'll hear it and I'll be like, oh, okay. Well, if I like this and that guy was I'm going to go check that out too.
Right.
So, and then, you know, when I met Jay Luke, he said, like, you know, check out. And I'm like, I've heard of them, and I've been, like, kind of looking around. And then, of course, you know, when streaming became available, it was so much easier to access the long-forgotten bands. A lot didn't get the credit that they were really due for the influences that they had on bands that came around later. Like,
yeah, I want to say I heard Born to Lose on the Tony Hawk game. I don't know, it might have been Underground 2 or Skate 2. It's probably in multiple skateboarding games. I heard Born to Lose before I even knew who Johnny Thunder and the New York Dolls were. But I definitely say that for me, it's just I like the idea of it just being like, you know, this was before all that stuff that the New York Dolls were doing, the things that all the bands after them would do with the whole, you know, getting dressed kind of flamboyant, you know, like not full cross dressing, but like looking like, you know, they were looking pretty. They were looking pretty, you know, and the glam, but like in a different way than like the David Bowie glam. And I mean, I'm not as big into them as you guys are, but I mean, I think it's cool that like you listen to all these bands, like you said, like, especially the '80s hair metal scene and beyond, like New York Dolls, and I've heard the name through like the osmosis of that, but I never really like went out and listened to them until you guys played them in the car the one day. And you know, I think Johnny Thunders as a solo artist was better, but I mean that's neither here nor there.
Made more albums, you know, more bootlegs.
He just sounded more punk to me.
Yeah.
fair assumption.
Yeah. Heartbreakers kicked ass.
Both of them.
So let's talk maybe about some of the earlier bands you were in. The Kids Laughing at Pedestrians, the KLAP, that comes to mind that you guys were both in.
Yes, me and Connor were in there for a little bit, yeah. It was all right. We had fun with that. It was okay. It was a good run. That was
okay. That was, I mean, those are my wild years.
Yeah, we had fun.
It was fun. It was a fun time.
Yeah, we had from what we could remember of it, you know, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was. I mean,
we had fun.
Knob Creek. We were down Knob Creek without a paddle. I don't even think we had a raft. I think we were just free floating down that Knob Creek.
It was a good time.
It was.
Did that for a long time. That started in high school.
As the Faceless Shadows.
Yes, as the Faceless Shadows, and morphed into the Kids Laughing at Pedestrians, and then everybody moved away, and I stayed.
And they were sick of Connor taking his shirt off.
And they were sick of me and Connor taking our shirts off.
No, we're dads now. We can't be having this look, you know. Isn't that what...
Oh, I thought you were me.
No, the drummer is like, I can't be playing these shows. Connor's taking his shirt off, and it's like... It's hot, man.
Take your shirt off.
That boy's hot, okay? It's gonna happen.
You sweat. Perspiration, man. Trish was in the mange.
Mm-hmm.
Mange were good.
And that was fun. I didn't play guitar though. I never played guitar out in public until I started in a band. Let's just put it that way, with these guys. And that became I had them open up for a mange gig. I got the New Penny one time. And I was so into the songs they were doing, I thought I was going to blow my voice out, like, up there dancing and rocking out to their jams before our band even went on. And then it wasn't long after that where...
hanging out.
Yeah. Like, he's like, bring your guitar, and, you know, I need second guitar in this band, so... and that's what happened. And then it just, like, you know... the band's kind of separate, like, just kind of drifted apart from itself. Like, you know, we all have ADD. Everybody I know, like, you know, musical ADD and stuff, and we all like to do different projects and stuff. I'm happy where I'm at right now. I'm not saying there's any problems there, for the record. But yeah, I have it's so much less pressure to just lay back and play guitar. I'm not saying it's an easy thing, but I just enjoy that more. Like, I've been playing guitar forever, but not in a, you know, functioning band. So
okay,
yeah, it's my happy little place to be. So I'm here for life. Mesos for life. whatever that means.
Connor was in Wilrow Hood. And
well, I mean, I started with Crockpot Abduction, my band. You know, you know who they are. I know we've talked to you, we've had interviews with you, but Crockpot Abduction was my band. I started in high school in 2010, and we were active, and we released an album in 2016 or 15, and then, you know, people grow up, colleges, marriages, responsibilities, and we just couldn't get together. And then I had Wilrow Hood, which was my primarily solo thing, you know, kind of rotating members, whoever could play live, and then COVID happened, and Wilrow Hood wasn't really doing anything, and then he hits me up, and he's like, hey, we're doing an album, we need bass on it, and, you know, can you come to the studio and learn these songs? And I did, and then I played bass in the band, and I saw what was going on, and I was like, man, I miss being in a band. I mean, I know it was like 2021, so COVID was still kind of having things shut down a little bit, and I was like, but like, I would love to get back into it. It seems like they're, you know, on the road to just getting into it, like, full swing with this EP they have, so I was like, I'll play bass on the album, but you can't release it unless you let me in the band. And, well, I've been there since.
Nice. So, I know the story of how you guys got the name, but tell the folks at home.
You explain this one.
We had a basement in Dunmore that had asbestos installation has all over the pipes and everything like that. So we were just always like, we're gonna get allegedly get a mesothelioma from it. It's not funny. We're not making fun of it, but it just came.
The Mesos as the ones who have mesothelioma.
Yeah, from being in the practice,
but
playing in the basement.
You know, people see that and they just it's hysterical to me because it's like the Mesos. My boss saw the band on a poster and he goes, "The Mesos. What a dumb name, the Mesos." I was like, "That's a new one." Mesos, Mesos. And even I didn't know how to pronounce it really for the longest time.
Me too.
I was a couple practices in the band. I was like, 3 years. This is the Mesos. I was like, you could put a Z in there, but then it wouldn't be the same. So,
yeah.
I guess, you know, having to explain, you know, it's like we're going to have like Leonard Skinner and have like pronounced and phonetically spell it out as an album.
Pronunciation of a pronunciation. You know?
It's part of the shtick, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, the shtick. You know.
It works.
Yeah.
So you guys have been around almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
How do you think the band has developed in that time?
It's been a lot of tribulations, but we're still doing it and we're still making it work, and it's fun. You know what I mean? And we get down with it, and we have fun when we play. And practicing's good, and we're writing new stuff. You know what I mean? And it's real cool. We're having a good time doing it. I mean, there's some things that are, you know, a bit out of our control, but, you know, other than that, we're doing really good. We're staying above water, and that's all that counts.
Yeah, they were down a little bit below the surface of the water till I came along. Let's be real, right? You know, I kind of.
Of course.
No. Yeah.
I was going to elaborate on that point, Connor, actually. Yeah, with, you know, the chemistry change when there's personnel changes in the band, and we did evolve with different personnel, and we did grow that way. We grew writing. Like, the writing maybe took a different turn because we write together pretty much. So, you know, a different little piece of that puzzle adds a different flavor to that song. So it does kind of like, it does evolve. And I don't know, since my 6 or whatever years I'm here, if we're together 8, I think it's 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have a lot to do with it. You could go back to the Dolls thing, you know, too. It's like, I joined this because this is fun music to me to play. I was like, it's fun, keep it simple. But then, like, I'm bringing in, you know, things like, our music taste is pretty different. Yeah, as far as, like, the subgenres. And so I feel like I'm bringing in things that just, you know, we're coming from different influences, different places, adding to the sound. You know, not to say objectively better or worse. I feel like it became more varied, had a bit more different flavors and spices.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
With you know, it's like, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear it.
Yeah, I mean, that'll happen no matter, you know, who. You don't want that to be a thing where you have to, you know, change people all the time. Sometimes you can't control that it happens, but
sure.
You do see the difference, and like working together as a unit.
You do a good job.
Yeah, we do a great job working together as a unit. I think most days, we're great together. But there's some days you want to kill each other, it happens. But
said unit.
after I did say unit. So yeah, but like I think every time there is that little spark of maybe friction within, things, the next day when it resolves, everything's a little bit more open and brighter for all of us. Like there's a little bit more understanding of each other. There's like a little bit more of we got through that, we can get through anything kind of feeling. Like you just feel a little bit more unified, I guess, when we go through things.
It's like I tell you, Dom. I was like, I only hurt you because I love you.
Yes, it happens a lot.
And, yeah, I'm loud generally. So I just I feel like bossy without having to be bossy. Just kind of being loud and obnoxious to speak my mind, and I fight to have my way. But I compromise too.
Right, but I think that cohesion after like the little rifts that may occur, and then you come back together a little. The bond is a little stronger then, and I think that's what helps with longevity. Like to keep. The Mesos are still playing. Yes, they're still playing. Yeah,
Yes, the Mesos do have a bass player. Yes, the Mesos have a drummer.
Yes, we're still a band. Yeah.
Well, you guys have released 2 EPs, self-titled and Quarter Past Broke, and a few singles. So what goes into the writing and creation of a typical Mesos song?
A lot of it has to do with us in the same room, and it just comes up, ad-lib, and then I try to remember it, and then we record it.
Word salad.
Word salad is what I call it, you know what I mean? But we make it work. We've been making it work, you know what I mean? And it's like...
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the songs that we have recorded and such, they were written before I was in, but the ones that, I could say to the ones that we wrote and performed since I joined, I would say it's kind of like he has a chord structure and an idea about what the song's going to be about, or just a melody, and
and then we build off.
And build off that. I try and give suggestions about like not necessarily revising your work, but like, hey, you say this line here, maybe try a different line, or just a little bit of like not your Microsoft Word like grammar correction or anything like that. But I'm just like, hey, that sounds kind of like something you said in this other song, so
change
maybe like I'm not your editor, but I also don't want to take over your songs.
But that's the whole point of writing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the collaboration effort. I mean, even if we don't write the song, as in like we come up with the chord structure on the fly, which I've never written that way. I know bands can do it. I've always had it's one or two people that someone comes in. I have this structure, this melody, and then the rest of the band adds their their parts and their flavor and their input. And I feel like that's kind of how we do it. You'll bring a song in with some chords, or you'll start playing some chords while we're there. And like, what's that? And you go, I don't know. Yeah, that has happened a few times. You go, I don't know what that is. And I was like, oh, I like that. Keep doing that.
It just comes out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
And then those moments are magical. I mean, it's kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm. It happens with we have this album coming out, which is newly a live recording at Test Pattern Studio, but we took a little hiatus, like we took the winter off basically just to huddle up and try to like come up with some new stuff, and through that process we have a couple new songs that we're working on that is another like jump in the writing, like you know what I mean. It's just a little bit of different process, and it comes with like you said, sometimes how they just pop out. And I've noticed that I think a lot of people that play an instrument might notice you pick up a different guitar than the one you always play. You get a different feeling, a different inspiration from it. So, and just messing around with like different effects you might have laying around and stuff. And that's how some of the new stuff is coming about. Like just, hey, that sounded cool. Let's do something with that. And then next thing you know, here we go. Like all we need to do is put these lyrics in and everybody get together on this and then write their parts for it. And it's there. Like it's, but yeah, like you said, it's usually we all have to kind of be together for that, the gel, for the song, I think, to work for the way the Mesos songs work.
Spiderweb it.
Spiderweb, yeah.
What are some of your personal favorites of the stuff that you've released so far?
Smack Daddy for sure. Smack Daddy.
Pickup Truck. We didn't release that one. Shit. That one, I don't even know if we're gonna do that one. I mean, I've been fighting for Pickup Truck. Pickup Truck is my favorite, but we haven't recorded. Out of the new songs on the new album we've recorded, I'd say my favorite is Chamber, formerly known as a One Shot in the Chamber. And I used to mishear Dom at shows say this song is about an episode of Cheers. Episode of Shears. Now he meant Cheaters, about an episode where the guy shoots the wife cheating on him. But I thought he said Cheers, and I don't watch Cheers. But I'm like, oh, the one where Norm gets shot. I don't know what it is. And then he said some. I don't even know if I should repeat it. Off-color comments about who this song is dedicated to. At one of our first shows, I played with them, and I thought it was so hysterical that I just started saying it. One of my favorite pizza places in Old Forge. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we were bringing awareness.
We were bringing awareness. Exactly. It wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be disrespectful. I mean, and then we named it. Now it's Chamber. Now it used to be One Shot in the Chamber. Now it's Chamber. I like
to
that.
Avoid any legal repercussions.
That one is one of my favorites, though, on a real note, because I feel like it was the first song that, playing with you guys, like, obviously, like I said, a lot of the songs were written before I joined. It was one that I felt, I don't know, it just clicked. Like a bass groove that doesn't usually click for me. Like I usually have to workshop it, but I knew exactly what I wanted in my head when I heard the song, and I'm like, I'm going to make this work. And I did. And I was listening to a lot, this was, I joined him around when that Get Back documentary came out, so I was getting back into my Beatles kick, and I just felt like it was, not to compare myself to Sir Paul, of course, but I felt like I was trying to do more melodic and, like, just kind of, McCartney-esque bass moves at the time. And it was just kind of got me back not only into loving to play bass in a band, because I didn't play bass in Wilburhood, I played guitar, sang it, but I was like, okay, taking years off, without Crockpot Abduction, I was like, this is a way to get back into the whole, like, writing bass lines and just getting into the groove of it and trying to do more interesting things. And because I'm not singing lead vocals like I would in Crockpot Abduction or Wilburhood, I was like, I could find ways to make it more interesting to myself. And I feel like Chamber was one of the songs that I really locked in and was, I want this song to be very muddy bass driven.
You also had a very good backing track vocal. It's very good.
Yeah, that one is one of our more simple ones. I mean, I scream, we do it live, but
we make it work. No, that's the whole point. Make it work.
What's your favorite, Trisha?
I'm up there with you guys. I love Smack Daddy. I love Chamber. I love playing those two live.
Oh, songs already released?
Playing them live is incredible. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying my favorite songs in general, like of what we've done. Like Party's always a fun song to play. Deranged. Yeah, they're like, I like them all. No, but like off the new stuff, I think Sunny Day is one of my favorites. It's the lead off track. Which, contrary to maybe an earlier post on Facebook, it will be available tomorrow if you pre-order the new
via
album.
Bandcamp.
Via Bandcamp. But yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. It's fun to play. It's just a happy, upbeat song. Yeah, it's fun. And then, of course, I like some of our short but sweet and to the point songs like Scumbag and Asshole. I mean, you can't beat a quick 1 minute punch in the face song, they're fun. So, yeah, that's about
always scumbag, forever scumbag.
About a whole minute long, yeah.
A minute 43 or something.
Was that episode about cheaters
exactly
too?
a minute.
No, it was for Gangland
or something
Gangland?
Like that.
Yeah, Gangland. Because you said you were going to get knuckle tattoos.
Yeah.
Always scumbag, forever scumbag.
Yeah, then cut here,
So you've been playing with Chad Phillips, the founding drummer of Blanks 77, for the last few years. What has it been like working with someone who has that kind of experience, being in a band that's been around since the 90s?
He's a lot of help.
Yeah.
He helps us out a lot. He knows how to put together, our songs when we bring them in and stuff like that. He breaks them down, helps us with that and stuff like that, and points us in the right direction.
I call him the Sarge.
The Sarge.
I mean, he's first of all New Jersey type.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to all our New Jersey New Jerseyan viewers out there, but
It's not
they're loud and speak their mind more than I do, and I don't think they see, but they will speak their mind and how they want things or what they think, and I think that's good with Chad because he really has pushed us to want to better the band, better ourselves, better our songwriting,
our stage presence,
our whole, not just the performance music wise, but the performance as a live performance. Make things what we should say, ideas, song transitions, and of course this is all on top of being one hell of a great drummer.
Yes,
one of the best drummers I've ever played with, and I feel like I can't imagine playing drums without some of him. He just makes the Mesos complete for me.
He puts he puts a lot of boom in,
Right, and the experience of somebody being in a band for whatever it is, for 35 years or something, for Blanks, 30 years, I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
Like just, knowing that experience is there, like if, we're unsure about, we might want to play like in some club out in Jersey or Philly or wherever it might be that we're not sure of, or like just his experience of, hey, the traffic going in there or what, like little things that you don't really, you might not appreciate at first glance, but
like I know a good restaurant.
We do appreciate it. Yeah,
a good restaurant. I know you guys want to eat somewhere over out.
I know better parking.
There's I know better parking spots. Yeah, shit like that. And also just the fact of he's been doing it for so long and successfully that
wisdom.
He could smell the bullshit. And I feel like it's good to have somebody who could smell the bullshit.
Yeah.
So you don't end up driving however far away or doing whatever thing and just get grifted.
Right.
I feel like he really. I don't want to say babysits, but I mean, again, the Sarge. I feel like that we're still whipping up in better shape. I feel like every time we jam with him, I learn something or get better ideas or perform better. Yeah, just from his input and his playing, of course.
Right. Wisdom from the experience.
He hits so hard, it's great. Like, very fast wrist.
And he taught me that mustard and potato salad is amazing. It's like deviled egg. I said to share that. I never had that. And when I saw him, we got brats the show in Chickshinny, and I said, "Oh my God, this potato salad's good." He goes, "The trick, I put our mustard in there." And I said, "What?" He's like, "Deviled egg. It's amazing." So he's got a good. I like food, so he's got a good taste bud that helps.
Yeah, same. There you go.
So when you tell people you're in a punk band, or if people say that hey, you're in a punk band, people have a lot of different ideas of what punk is, what it sounds like. What songs should be about? What does it mean to you?
Fuck punk.
We're not punk.
It is what you want it to be. I feel like punk, the whole idea of it being defined as one thing is just the complete antithesis of it being called punk. Mm-hmm. It's punk because it's more of an attitude. And I know that also kind of is cliche to say as well, but as far as musical genre way to go, I mean, you could say, oh yeah, the Ramones were punk. Well, they were just pretty much doing your power pop, almost Beatle chordsy strong structure, with just a little bit more grit, distortion, and I don't give a fuck attitude.
Because there was no punk title
and then you
genre invented at the time.
Jump decades later, and I know people will argue this, pop punk that, but you cannot deny, and throughout the 90s and early 2000s, how much of a pop punk had a, chokehold on at least keeping rock relevant in the mainstream, unless you like what they call now divorced dad rock, which I don't. I just call it butt rock. But I feel like punk as a genre, I mean, like I said, it goes new wave too. I mean, new wave, I consider that punk. Mm-hmm. Devo, that's one of the most punk things you could ever imagine, because they were just doing things like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to do this because this is what I want to artistically do.
Right.
And it wasn't, I feel like it's hard to define punk as a genre, but I guess if I had to, I would just say that the thing you hear everybody is like, 3 or 4 chords, fast driving beat, and just, it doesn't have to be anything crazy profound, as far as lyrics go, just something almost like power pop. Catches in your ear, a line or a few lines, you can just repeat it, and you can sing along to it, and you could dance, or you could punch people to it. It's just got a lot of emotion from simplicity.
I like to consider us more actually of a garage rock.
Garage
punk.
As far as us,
a garage punk sub genre, whatever, micro genre. We're it.
Yeah, we would have killed it.
I really think we're more of a garage. Like, we're more tuned to the rock and roll, and it is the same thing that the Ramones did. Really, like they went back 20 years from 1974 or whatever year. You know what I mean? So they were just those 3 simple rock and roll songs of the 50s. And I hate to say simple, it's not a derogatory term by any means.
No. It's about the performance.
Right, and when to play and when not to play. I mean, there's a lot to simple that's not simple, but that's what they were doing, and kind of that's what we were doing. Like the same thing, we just want to take it back to strip it down, and it's not a lot of like gizmos and gadgets and this and that, but the songs themselves are pretty relatable. They're pretty simple, in that good way, chord wise and play wise,
rudimentary.
But we're just having fun. Like we're just having fun. It's really, if anything, I say garage rock, and that's very hard to get booked sometimes because of the fact that, well, you're not punk enough, Nobody really says that, but that's the vibe we get.
Yeah, I would say no one's ever told us we're not punk enough, but...
And I'm like,
usually
we're punk enough.
Things that get attributed to the label punk, we as far as things we've tried to be involved in, I mean, I'm not to sound bitter, I would definitely say like 60 or 70% of the time, it's like, crickets, because I don't know if we're not punk enough. Well, that's why I say fuck punk, because I don't think we are punk. We're garage rock, I would say. I would definitely say we have more in common with stuff like, I don't know, you could say like maybe the Hives or not Jet. I won't say Joan Jett. Like that early 2000s like blip of maybe 2 or 3 years where like it was just those simple guitar chords, but with like an attitude garage rock, like the garage rock revival. And I feel like that genre has been around still, but as far as in the mainstream, that's when it really kind of took off. Your White Stripes, not that we sound like White Stripes, I'm saying that whole ilk. I feel like we're definitely fit more if we had to box ourselves into a category there than punk. But at the same time, a lot of all of our influences come from the things that punk was founded on. So it's tough to say, because that's why I say garage rock or punk.
Retro rock.
People ask me, hey, you're in a band, well, what music do you play? I say,
we're a loud rock and roll band.
Well, you could say that. I mean, I don't want people, we're not playing... we're not sitting here playing Rock Around the Clock or Johnny Be Good, but but
a lot of that
punk rock, garage rock. That's what I say when people ask me who've never heard us, like, you're in a band, and I tell them that because I don't want to just say punk rock because that can mean so many different things to people.
Right.
I feel like the garage rock kind of just adds a little bit of a, maybe you might know what I'm talking about if you were around for that revival I was speaking of. I feel like it might resonate with you. Because punk could mean, you could be hardcore, all that other stuff.
Skinhead, all that.
Well, I mean, that's not one of the... When I think of punk, that's not one of the first things I go to. But yeah, I know what you mean, though. You have your pop punk, your hardcore punk, you're just like any genre. You could call it any you want, Nintendo punk, for all I know. I'm pretty sure Nintendo core is a real genre.
Anime punk.
That would be crazy.
I mean, yeah, thrash grass. I know that was kind of in for a few years now. Thrash grass. Oh, it's like guys are playing with like wash tub. It's folk punk. But thrash grass is even like it sounds like if it was electric instruments, it'd be a metal band. Like the vocals are very like growly and like it would be like thrash music if it was played with heavy metal instruments. Thrash grass. I mean, I know it's ridiculous, but it's not stomp clap
today.
It's not stomp clap.
Whatever the fuck you call that shit.
Right.
Well, I mean, you guys are always, like you said, you guys are super fun to watch live, and it's very easy to catch on to the songs, to sing along to them, and that sort of thing. If you've never heard them before, by the end of the song, a lot of people are singing along, and you know what the lyrics are. So your latest recording, Can't Surf, is a live album of previously unrecorded songs that you recorded at Test Pattern Studio. Is that Adams Avenue across from the bog? Is that okay? Oh, yeah. So how did you end up doing it there? And I'm assuming maybe you wanted to record it live to kind of capture that energy, I assume?
There's multiple reasons. So I guess I'll say by answering that, the way that we met up with Test Pattern Studios with Michael Lloyd was my brother, the first summer of Mesos was 2021, right? When I joined. First summer, he goes, oh man, we got to get you jamming at Lloyd's place. And I was like, Lloyd's place? And, eventually that's how I met Michael Lloyd. But and this entire time, I didn't know it was called Test Pattern until a year ago. I was referring it to as what my brother called it, which was Lloyd's place. And then that summer was when the Swims played at the Horror Fest. My brother came to town, was staying at my house, and he said, want to come to the practice, which was at Test Pattern. At the time, Lloyd's place. And he's like, you gotta see it. It's so cool down there. And just watching the Swims play in that room, I swear, I was like, I want to live here. it is like if you took the mind of a mad scientist, a musician, and a collector, but a collector in the sense of like, I want to collect these wacky audio, visual equipment and instruments, and it was just like, it felt so genuine, not just in its vibe of, you know, decoration or setting aesthetic, but like, you know, he was recording them the entire time they were practicing, and it wasn't like to release anything. It was just like, hey guys, he started playing back the swims practice when they were finished up, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is what a jam pad should be. Like, you could jam, you record if you want to, and just record to see, check your playback out. And, you know, Michael Lloyd, it's really great. I feel like just the sound that he's looking to get with his producing and his engineering is the kind of sound I just felt was good for us. And I said, you know, because my brother, again, he's the one who said we should check out Lloyd's place, and I was like fighting for it. We gotta get down there. We gotta get down there and do something. And it's almost like a home away from home. And I haven't had a musician spot like that. I can say a home away from home in a while, and it's just really just cozy. And it's like how I said when I came in here today. It's very, very cozy. You know, it just feels like I'm in like my buddy's basement or something, but it's way more than that. And I just think that's really cool. And so that's how we got down there, test pattern. And what was the second question? Sorry, I forgot. I got sidetracked and thinking about the past. It was.
Is that why you wanted to do kind of a live sort of?
Oh, live, yes. I'm lazy. I think no, but Unreal. It's because I think live recording, you would just capture things that you can't capture from your track by track. I know your track by track via metronome. You'll come out with a product you could produce more and clip this and clip that and do all these fine things, but I feel like that takes away a little bit of the magic. And I feel like the magic, not always. I mean, the Crap Pod Production album was done track by track, and I was really proud of that stuff. But I like results. My ADHD, I want results. I'm paying money for this. I'm doing this thing. I want to be able to just
instant gratification. Yes,
and not only that, but again, I feel like it just captures the moment of a show better. You know, you go to see us. That's what we are. I want you to be able to listen to the record, and that's what you get. You know, that's what I have in mind for the Mesos, anyway. You know,
yeah.
This stage
of
my
musical
musical
this is what we are. Like, you know,
like if we're gonna be playing the punk garage rock, I'd rather it be, you know,
sound like a
very, very, very little, only overdubs when necessary, as far as adding auxiliary instruments or, you know, redoing a vocal take. But as far as like having all that bleed from the cymbals or the bleed from the distortion. No, I didn't play xylophone. That was Rodney Supercut, okay? Rodney Supercut played the xylophone on Can't Surf, okay? And
he still follows us.
And I know that he wouldn't come out here to do an interview, but Rodney has been a part of this band for a while now, behind the scenes, and I think it's very disrespectful for you to say that I played his parts. And yeah, but that's as far as live. I feel like that's the key. Is you're capturing a moment you can't capture when you're doing track by track individually, and which has its place. I just feel like for this project, for the Mesos, for us to sound our best on record,
do it live.
Do it live. No metronome.
Yeah, I really, and I think it did capture.
There was some coughs. I wanted to see if you can get it when we were recording the album. I was purposely. I was having allergy problems that day. It was like late March, so you know pollen was probably coming in. But I was clearing my throat just naturally, and I was like, "Wait, the mic's probably picking that up." Now I don't know if you can. Maybe if you really dig, you could probably hear some in before it takes. I don't know if I purposely told him I was like, "I want some of my hawks in there," but I don't know.
You want some authentic phlegm?
Yeah, for real. Because again, that adds to the whole you're at the live thing. This whole idea was originally I was like I wanted to do a live album just like you would
there.
The idea was live at Lloyd's place, but then it was like, it's test pattern. We're gonna do live test pattern, and I was like, well, we're not really live, and I don't want to add a fake crowd, so then we're just gonna. I think it was because the one song is surf. I think Chad was the one who was just like, yeah, we can't surf, and I was like, that's it. The Mesos can't surf.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't. Can you?
And I still call it Live at Lloyd's in my head. It's like
that was the idea. Yeah, and I still love that, and that was the way I saw it until I found out. I was like, oh, that's not what he wants to call this recording studio. So that's why I was like, oh, maybe we're respectful. Just scrap that idea.
I remember when Test Pattern, the upstairs was kind of a performance space and stuff too for a little while.
Me too. I saw the swims there and the swims and Explorers Club, and I think maybe even OK Patty. I didn't,
Oh, I love
Yeah, I'm Brian Langen's little brother. As for anybody who wouldn't know watching this, I don't know who wouldn't. I mean, I ride his coattails as much as I can. So, but yeah, so I was there when I believe Connor McGuigan was running upstairs. I think that's who he. And I mean, I always thought it was kind of cool. You know, it was like one of my first experiences at that venue. It was like a 11, 12-year-old.
Yeah, it was a really cool space. So, would you guys like to participate in our little... This is a segment we've been doing on the show, bands seem to like, called The Breakdown, where we go track by track on an artist's latest release to hear the inspiration and stories behind each song, so that you can tell us about the lyrics, the composition, the recording, whatever you think is maybe the most interesting part of each track. So we'll go one by one. You guys gave me an advanced copy, so I got to hear the album. So
Yes.
I appreciate that.
You
so
were
it
the
kind of gives me an
only
idea.
one
You're the only ears that heard it.
We take care of our friends.
I appreciate that. So
Take care of the people.
this your upcoming album, Can't Surf, will be released on Saturday, July 26th. Will be available on all major streaming platforms, but you can pre-order it now on Bandcamp or tomorrow at
yes.
Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get into it. The first track is Sunny Day. Would you like to tell us about that?
I wrote that about my cat. I was sitting there playing guitar, and the cat was just staring at me, and I was just wrote a song about the cat coming in and out of the house. And
Oh, I thought you were staring out the window.
yeah, she was, but she was weird. I was sitting there, she's staring out the window, she's going in and out of the house. We had, like, the air conditioner set up, and, like, she could go through, like, the little mesh part that you could, like, that stopped the wind.
Expanded.
Yeah, the expanded, the
She'd be
accordion
coming through
thing.
that and looking out the window and then going outside. She's a very strange cat, very mean.
So the point of view of your cat.
Yes,
you know,
yes. So this is
wanting
my
to go-
point of view of the cat losing its mind because it wants to come back inside. And
So you carried the song.
yeah, the
Well,
cat.
it's like, I feel like, it was more like, I always took it as you are writing from the point of view of the cat. I mean, I could be wrong. That's wrong.
No, it was just me looking at the cat.
Oh. So you were talking about wanting to go outside all day long. You were talking about yourself wanting to go outside.
Yeah, I never go
Oh,
outside.
I thought you were talking about the cat. That's the cat staring out the window, wanting to go
No,
outside.
a cat gets to go outside all day long. I don't know what the hell. You know, shit. You gotta stay inside and work all day, all night. You know. Home? Yeah,
Cat.
work from home, man. What do you want?
Nothing. Impressive.
All right, next one is Surf.
That just came about as a instrumental like 8 years ago at a practice. We were just doing it. Just I came up with that, and it was like surfing down the Susquehanna River. That's what we.
Yeah, but that's what one thing I will say is that we used to be, when I was joined the band, it was like, this is surfing. It was, I don't think they had an actual title. It was just like, because the fella was like, surfing down the Susquehanna, surfing down the Lackawanna.
Yeah, we just picked
and I thought surfing down the Lackawanna was funny, and then by the time it got to like actually like recording it and having a title, I was like, we just calling it surf?
Just surf.
We call it surfing, because I think live we would say, we're gonna go surfing down the, and then whatever.
Yeah, and then I
local river. Or
yeah, I have to look
tributary.
up what
Insert
town
river
what
near
river
you
goes
here,
through it.
yeah.
Yeah. A river runs
the
through
Yellow River Boys.
Yeah, the Yellow River.
But yeah, that one's. I mean, and they told me when I joined, I was like, "How did you start?" Because I knew it was like you're surfing like chugga chugga, like the not chugga chugga. You're surfing
my
kind of like
ventures
rock and roll thing, and they're like,
Yeah.
"It's like how does it start again?" And they're like, "You just do like a surf based thing." I'm like, "What does that mean?" But then I was like, "Oh, like a slide."
Chanting.
I was like, "Now I get it, like pipeline." Yeah, that's the
pipeline inspired.
surf music is. I feel like a lot of it's, your pipelines, your wipeouts, your
Your rumbles.
last ride in. It's a good deep cut. Check that one. Great day instrumental. There's xylophones in it. But yeah, that's surf.
Yeah.
It is called surf on the album.
It's just called surf.
It is now, yeah.
Next up, we have Drug Buddies.
I wrote that last year, and I was just in a bad state of mind, I guess, thinking about like past things, past acquaintances and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
friends were there when you were all
when we're all messed
drinking
up
or smoking weed.
No
You want to come over and hang out, and then
nobody hangs out no more.
Nobody wants to hang out when
all my rowdy friends have settled down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't want to get rowdy. They don't want to be your friend anymore. No,
we were kind of spot surfing. Surfing, here it comes again. But we were bouncing between places, and at the time we were just using my late ex-husband's house in Old Forge because it was getting ready to go up for sale, but we were using it for a rehearsal space. It was free, I paid the electricity. We weren't squatting.
Bar in the living room.
We had total access to the house. But we were there, and we were down by the pool table, and Chad came up with this drum riff. I have to say, it was like he had this riff going and stuff. And I think your guitar broke at the time, too. Like your guitar was off. He blew a string or whatever. And I had still had mine on, and I'm like, and then that riff came out, those chords that you're hearing for the intro to Drug Buddies when you do hear it. I mean, we've played it out a few times. Like, most of these songs we have played out, but...
This is the first song we wrote with Chad.
Yeah, this is the first song.
Yeah, it's one of the very first songs.
The first released song that's recorded with Chad. And Chad had a lot of...
and from there it grew,
like
and he had those lyrics.
Way the song is arranged as far as... It's kind of like introduction. His drums come, and then his guitar comes. Your guitar, my bass, and then we all come in together.
Yeah.
It's almost like and I felt like that was a lot of his brainchild on that one.
It was, the structure.
I was glad about that because, it was like, he's playing all these songs that are already written. Let's give him, I want to see what, again, it goes back to he's been there, done that on these things. I want his input. I want his...
There you go. Yeah, he did a very good job arranging that, for sure.
And next up we have Scumbag.
Connor just said it.
Gangland.
I was watching Gangland like 2017.
ASFS.
Yeah, it was just about. I think it was about like a motorcycle gang or something like that. And I was just like, I could like make fun of something. You know what I mean?
Well, there was some sort of like they had a tattoo. Like some inmate had a tattoo that was like whatever the gang biker gang was.
I don't know
like,
what it was.
Always this, forever this, and. I didn't even know that. I was like, I can't even tell you were saying the song how fast it is. And you're like, it's always scumbag, forever scumbag. I was like, oh, that's good. and I just think it was
the History Channel. Let's just say the History Channel caused this.
It was the most to say this is our most punk side as far as it is fast.
Short.
Yeah, fast, short.
What, like a minute and 5 seconds?
Yeah, a minute 20 minutes, something like that.
It's not 2 minutes. I know that for sure. It's definitely under 2 minutes. And I don't have fun with it because it's just kind of like, it's just the fast punk song we have, and it's kind of just an excuse to go wild.
Yeah.
Just scream on it. I'm not a screamer. I'm not good at screaming, I don't think. As far as like what you're supposed to do in screamy music, I have no technique. I just do it with the punk thing. Everybody screams, right? It's like yelling at a punk show.
Yeah.
I feel like it. So if the whole punk part of our punk garage rock attraction, I would say Scumbag is definitely our most punk ethos song out there.
Okay.
You bark.
Yeah.
And next up we have Quarter Past Broke.
I wrote that about 25 cents laying on the floor of my bedroom. Straight up. It was just, there was nothing else on the floor except there's 25
It's amazing
cents.
what can serve as inspiration sometimes.
Exactly.
I have a very messed up head.
Yeah. If you're tuned in, there was inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, and I thought it was supposed to be a bit. I tried to get that train rolling, but I don't think it did. Where I was like, "Hey guys, what time is it?" And then we're supposed to look at like our fake watches because we're not wearing watches. And it's about 15 bro. But I don't think it caught on. Because if I explained it to you guys beforehand, it doesn't feel as for me anyway. I don't like planning it.
Right.
It's gotta be genuine.
Right. You're right. But that was about 25 cents literally on the floor.
I mean, I don't think you could tell by how many times the word 25 cents is said.
And what I'm gonna do with it, you know what I mean, or what anything's worth with it, 25 cents,
And I like the second verse a lot because I was like, I'm not gonna say 25 cents again. So when we were jamming the song for the first couple times, I thought you were saying something about 25 cents wanting to spit on me. 25 cents wanting you to do something to me, and I was like, okay, so I did my backups in the second verse. Says, "You want to spit on me?" And I didn't want to do "Spit on Me" again, and I don't even know if you know this because of how much noise is that. But you know, the second I go, that's my Connor wake up and do things around the house alarm. Sorry.
It's 8:15.
The second day I go, "You jizz on me." But now that's just because I didn't want to say spit again. Well, because I don't know. It's like, how many times I say 25 cents in this song? I just wanted to be like, all right, well, the second verse talking about when you spit on me. What's the next thing? I'm not going to say you can piss on me. You know, I'm trying to steal the Yellow River Boys stick here. Like, you know, the Yellow River Boys they're an influence, but I don't want to make it too obvious.
As you can tell by the water and...
The Quarter Past Broke being the name of the last EP. We did a switcheroo there, you know?
Yeah.
The song is
an
an
Led Zeppelin move there.
Oh, it's a Led Zeppelin thing?
It is a Led Zeppelin.
Well, they stole everything anyway, so if we steal from them, that's okay.
Right, yes. It's tradition. Steal from those that stole before you.
Yeah, some sort of Robin Hood scenario there. I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's Quarter Past Broke.
All right. We got two more. We got Chamber, which we talked about earlier.
I went off the rails talking about Chamber. I was supposed to talk about
Cheaters. I vaguely remember from the mid-90s.
I think Chamber's going to get nominated for a Grammy.
I don't know. I think it has such a... And also, maybe it's because I play bass chords. I like playing... Any excuse I could have to bust out the bass power chords. You know, just do it, and that's one of the songs I get to, and then... That awesome moment in the bridge that I love so much, that I've loved since I've joined this band, that we get to lock in with the drums. Da ba da da ba da da ba da. You know, that's my impression of that song right now.
You love the end.
But I was supposed to talk about a song that we already released before, and I went on a tangent about Chamber. But so now you know what Chamber's about already.
There we go.
So when Dom sings, you know, stuff about like you're gonna wind up dead, you laughing girl. If you happen to be a female in the audience, he's not saying he wants to do those things. Okay,
no.
This is the point of view of the guy from the episode of Cheers.
Yeah,
or Cheaters.
Third person.
Norm.
Yeah. And if you find yourself in a bad situation, get out.
Yeah, don't watch Frasier. I really love Frasier. He's on Cheers, right? That's a Cheers character.
He was, yeah.
Was he on Cheers?
Yeah.
He was on Cheers.
Yeah, he's like, Hootie Tweety. I'm more of a Seinfeld guy. Always Sunny guy. And then, so that's Chamber.
That's Chamber, y'all.
All right, and then Born to Lose is the last one.
We did get licensing right off the bat. It's a cover song. Johnny Thunders, Heartbreakers.
Who would have been 72 last week?
Yeah, something like that. And it was a song we always closed out the set. I know when I joined the band, you probably did it before I got.
Yeah, I was doing it for like 15
years. This song I've been playing with
set, or we closed out the set with it. So and again, he being one of the inspirations, like Dom and I's, influences or whatever. We kind of thought it was only fitting to do a cover song and put that on there. So
I think we may have put more effort into it than the actual Johnny Thunder.
Probably.
And I mean no disrespect. I mean how much, smack and stuff was going on back then in the 70s. I highly doubt Johnny cared about the intricacies of the guitar tone and all that shit. Because I will quote you, Trish, when we're hearing this back, and she goes, I think we might have been playing this better than the Heartbreakers did. Yeah. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
I don't know.
Just technically, I feel like just what state they did the song in, and wasn't their whole thing where their record was like fuck with sound quality wise?
Yeah, the original press was sounded like
But I've been playing that song with you since the KLAP, and then I was seeing you guys play that song when you were the Faceless Shadow. So that song is like I recite it in my sleep at this point. That and Chinese Rocks.
Might as well record it, right?
Yeah. And I got to scream it. That's a song that the phlegm might be in if you listen closely.
You may hear
Born to Lose cover because the beginning has that
and it's
a little silence in the beginning
too when we were recording. I mean, you went fuck right before.
I don't know. Is that on? That's on the recording. We didn't cut that.
I don't hear it in there.
Oh, great!
I remember we did it, and I gave him a mean look because I'm like, well, we can't release that now.
Well, now Walmart isn't going to sell our CDs.
Like for a commercial radio play, like the some of the online stations, they don't care. It depends on the station with the FCC thing,
Sure.
like here, right? If it's on the dial, that's not gonna fly.
Sometimes Dom's voice you can't understand. I feel like we
I've heard other people curse that we can't.
Sometimes, didn't we? Where we've had a song we definitely said the F word in, and then you cut it because you can't understand you're saying the F word.
Yeah, up in Boston, Chris forgets
superpower.
all the time that Party has some nasty things saying in there, and he plays
was
it at
saying
10 a.m.
forget about it.
noon
Forget about it.
on a Thursday up in Boston on college radio, and he forgets that that's in there.
Fugazi.
And he's one of our great supporters up there in Boston too, Chris Major. If you're watching, we love you.
Major Chris.
Well, we should also mention the album cover, so I'll put that up on the screen for people so they can see.
Oh yeah.
There we go. And that is a Brian Langan piece.
Yes, he has been our logo and album visual artist since the EP. We just got the logo, the inhaler.
He came up with the logo.
What's your hat? You see the hat?
Yeah, that's why I was a visual reference to the logo that he made. That's why I pointed out.
The artwork for everything released except for Deranged Driver, where that was a photo taken in front of the.
Yeah, I don't even know.
That was me. That was me wanting to replicate the whole vibe.
It's like a family photo, yeah.
50s and 60s records where it's like, and all together, and it just says like the title. Like, it was just because we had to get a single out, and I wanted to just get it out.
Yeah.
But everything other than that has been Brian Langan.
Yes, he's our go-to art guy.
And it's great trying to tell him what we want because the way we describe and word things with all the ADHD and all that stuff, it's like I can imagine it probably very overwhelming. But considering my brother has a special brain like I do, he can morph these ideas into actual things.
Brains.
Like Quarter Past Broke, the EP that he did, was he made the guy a monster. We never said he made a monster, but we liked it.
Yeah.
The only thing we specified is that it needed to be a broken clock, empty pockets, and a pee stain on his pants. And he just went wild with it. And I mean, he's my brother, so I don't want to sound too biased. I love his work. I'm very, very, very happy with the album cover, and I feel like all the little things that are happening going on were things that I explained in ways where, I don't know, I'm not a visual artist, so having to translate the ideas from the rantings of a madman probably aren't that easy.
You've done a good job. You did.
No, yeah.
All the way to the crab monster pulling my pea swim trunks down.
Thanks, Brian.
So is there some surf rock influence on any of these songs, do you think?
Well, on surf, but we can't surf, so I don't know. Right. If it's an influence, it's accidental. Except for surf, that song is a surf song.
In a way, I don't know. I kind of get a little like surfy vibe from Quarter Past Broke in a weird way during the solo. Like
the solo 60 retro.
It's very like you can kind of see those beach blanket bingo type dances going to it. Like so, it has.
Ironically, that's the song.
But it wasn't purposely. Like it just came out that way. So that's part. I guess part of that.
The two songs of Rodney are the most surfy ones then, because the surf and
yes, Rodney
Quarter Past Broke have the xylophone by Rodney Supre cut, which due to he's not credited on the actual credits of the album, but Rodney and I go way back, and I feel that I just need to make sure that Rodney knows. Rodney Supre.
He knows.
Yeah. To Rodney.
He knows.
So I guess keeping with the surfing theme, and you guys like to express your strong opinions on things. So I thought we go through some surfing songs, and then you can rank them 1 to 10, whichever whatever you like, your personal opinion. No wrong answers here. But I looked up. I'm like, what are some good surfing songs? So first things that came up, of course, "Surfin' USA" by the Beach Boys.
I give it a thumbs up.
4 out of 10. No Shortenbread, no Sloop John B. It's not my Beach Boys.
See, this is what I like. Strong opinions.
I make hard stances based on little fact. What you done?
I'm probably in the same boat with Connor. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the shortening bread now, not so much.
It's okay. It's okay. Only geniuses can understand the true greatness of shortening bread.
I like Carl. Carl's my favorite Beach Boy.
Keeping it wholesome with Carl.
Yeah, God only knows.
That was okay.
You said no. Carl sang lead on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
not the biggest Beach Boys guy.
I've been delving into them a lot lately. I don't know why.
Because Brian
Wilson died.
Yeah, that could be. Could be.
Now, Surf and Safari, is it better or worse?
Is that Beach Boys too? I don't even know if I
That
know
is also Beach
It
Boys.
is. Like,
Safari. Well, Safari implies that it. Now, do they have safaris in Australia, or is that just in Africa?
I like
the
Surf and
Outback?
Safari better.
Oh wait,
than
Safari
Surf
is
and
the Outback.
USA.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Australian
Better.
references automatically better. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Because Australians are like the greatest.
I'd say
Surfers?
I'd say 4.
The greatest in general. You hear Australians speak? They're the funniest, and they're not even trying to be funny. They're just the funniest people around. The lingo, they call ice pops icy poles.
They call ice pops.
They sound like cartoon characters. It's amazing. I love Australians. So the Australian reference gives it more points over Surfing USA.
All right, cool. What do we think of Wipeout by the Surfaris? So they even got it in the name.
I love that because it reminds me of the guy, the drummer losing his shit at the Knobles. I'm sure you all have seen this. This goes back maybe like 20 years now. That band, that Knobles band, he's going nuts. And I'm like, that's amazing. And I think of that guy, and I just think of the movie Wipeout, even though that's not the song they play. But that's the name. No, it's Whiplash. Never mind. That's Caravan, but it makes me think of that, I guess. But no, definitely the I'm gonna say Wipeout's 10 out of 10. The drums,
Yeah, definitely.
Drums on.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's top.
and it's like when you think of the
Top tier
surf song.
surf.
To me, that's the
Top
like
tier
instrumental surf song I think of. Is
Sure.
the you know, when you think surf music, that's to me anyway.
Sure.
All right, what about Surfin' Bird by
Love it.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for
The
Trash
Clap
Man.
covered it a few times, and he wanted to put a stop to it, and I was like, why?
Don't get me started.
We're gonna play Blitzkrieg Bop, which is like the most overplayed Ramones song ever, and I know that Surfing Bird is not a Ramones song, but they covered it. We covered it in the same style, so I was like, this is Surfing Bird.
I'm just
Because
gonna go
even if
total
people
Peter
don't
Griffin.
like the song, enough people have seen the Family Guy episode that it at least get some chuckles, some chortles perhaps, and it's fun because I get to go
10 out of 10 for the Trash
10
Man.
out of 10.
10 out of 10 for the Trash Man.
Yes.
What about Surf City by Jan and Dean?
Love it.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Jan
Love
and Dean
it.
are great.
Great
10
harmonies.
out of 10 then.
They were friends with Brian Wilson too. They all worked together and stuff in that scene. So
Sure.
yeah.
It's a grand old flag.
But yeah, Jan and Dean were awesome. They did so many commercial jingles. Like, did you know how many commercial jingles they did?
Oh, really?
For like Coke or Pepsi or whatever, like whatever. Like they were the go-to guys to do these jingles in that surfy kind of tone too, like that.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? It's stuck in your head, easy,
Yeah, like
catchy
cars,
sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I didn't do my homework on this one, but I'm gonna trust my sources here. 10 out of 10. I mean, I don't know.
That's good. You would like it.
I don't know if they choked on the ham sandwich. I don't know.
Mom can't
So here's one that you probably wouldn't know the title, but then you will when I say it. Miseraloo,
Oh yeah.
Oh, we know.
the Pulp Fiction theme, for those at home who might not know that, by Dick Dale and his Deltone.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, absolutely. I mean, even removed from Pulp Fiction, it's just a ripper.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good one. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Dick Dale, definitely.
I did not know until I looked it up that it was originally a folk song and that it has been redone several times. And so this is the surf rock version of this song. But that it has. So I looked up the old version. I was like, wow, this is
So different.
completely different.
But it's not a crossover I'd expect to see. Folk into surfing.
The cover of folk turning into surf. It's ingenuity, really.
Right.
Innovative
Goes back to the short
for
bread.
one.
Goes back to the short bread. These folk songs, when they wrote these folk songs, they already had the sauce. They knew what they were doing.
The shortened bread.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the electric guitars.
Or the surfboards, for that matter.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know when those were invented. I don't know. I can't surf, so.
We could probably get on a boogie board. Me, you could definitely fit on a boogie board. We might have some issues, but you could
Video.
Together?
yeah, like sandwich on top of it. You know,
Oh, that's gonna
that'd be
be
crazy.
cute.
Be crazy.
Probably just do that thing where like the buoyancy just makes us go. Like the Titanic.
Do you know how to swim?
I'm not gonna interject. I will say I had my swimmer's merit badge. I mean, I can do the tickle T snap. I can keep myself afloat.
Good. That's a good.
So if we were in like a USS Indianapolis situation, I mean, the shark might get me, but I would know how to keep myself afloat without a
Good.
safety vest.
Good to know. Learned something new again.
I think you guys should recreate this picture with the turtles on my shirt.
Oh, that's so appropriate.
You need like a giant surfboard that can fit 4 people.
I just realized that's what that is. It's one big board.
It's one giant board with 4 people. So, you know, in this case, 4 turtles, but, you know, 4 people. I mean, you guys don't have shells, so I feel like it'd be easier to find a board that could fit just 4 people.
No, and the life vest can, like, shell.
But at that point, it'd be more like a...
shells.
Like a surf raft, surfed canoe.
Right.
I mean, what is a surfboard if you add sides to it? It's pretty much like.
That's a good
so
point.
we'd be like the Go-Go's, but not on water skis.
I'd say pontoon boat. Like junkie park pontoon boat.
With a keg?
Yeah, with a keg.
It's funny you bring. I've been wanting to do Vacation for so long. That's such a good bass lick. It could make a good punk song.
Oh, yeah, we could. Yeah, we could do it.
Vacation. Just because you brought up the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Well, all right, only a couple more. Pipeline by the Shantays.
Aces.
Aces, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Great guitar work.
The Aces 10 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know where the
I think that's the song everybody thinks
more
of when they
clubs
think of
guy,
surf
but-
rock. Like it's
Yes.
But yeah, that's
epitome of
we-
surf rock. Like
Yeah.
The
Quintessential.
KLAP used to do that song too. I would say Pipeline is another example of 10 out of 10. Like that's one of the surf songs that you think of.
Stevie Ray and his brother did a good version of it.
I would love to play little clips of these for everybody, but you know, all of the streaming platforms absolutely hate that stuff, and YouTube and all them, so that they would just immediately
Copyright.
kick this video off of the the planet.
Streaming CEOs need their golden fish tank bar, Shark Tank bars, because you know the artist ain't seen it.
And then of course we have Mr. Moto by the Bel Airs, also an instrumental. Which a lot of this stuff was instrumental. So I didn't realize. Like, I'm like, yeah, I didn't think about it. You know, Wipeout and all those—they're all instrumentals.
they all had that sound.
what
They
is surf?
sounded
I
like
mean,
water.
I think
they just had they encapsulated the sound of like the surf, like surfing.
I think it was I don't know who I had this conversation with, but the surf rock is kind of like people are gonna get metalheads. It's like proto metal.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you just added distortion and like maybe like louder double bass drums or whatever, like those are all like metal riffs.
Yeah, right.
You're like your fast strumming, your like your grooves, your leads.
Yeah.
Like
some of them are in minor chords too. It seems like they're. In
and
the
it's just like if you play that fast with loud distortion, it'd pretty much be metal. So I would say that surf is one of the first genres that led to your heavier music. It's just we didn't know it at the time.
No.
And it was before. I mean, surf was what was popular, guitar based before, like rock and roll, right? Because it was instrumental. So the people didn't, think it was like satanic or whatever. I mean, like Link Ray with the, with the Rumble. Because that song didn't even have words and just the sounding.
It was banned. Yeah.
Just for just sounding sultry.
That incited riots.
But it also had a sultry, like Trish pointed out to me months ago, it's a sultry vibe. Was it banned because it had the word rumble as the name of it, or because it was just so...
It was a very sexy, sultry song.
Yeah.
And it made people
Somebody took offense to that.
So that's crazy to think that something that didn't even have words, something that didn't even have words, could just...
Probably so.
So, like I was saying, these instrumental surf songs, are the first punk rockers. And they played very cool colored guitars. Pastel-y 1960s classic car, 1950s classic car colors, which...
Yeah, like the seafoam.
Like your seafoam. Love that stuff.
And so, from what I've heard recently too, I guess Sean Flynn, a local musician, he started a surf rock band in Scranton, which has got to be a first because we're nowhere near a real beach. So maybe you guys can hook up once you guys start playing out. Get a whole surf theme.
Yeah, when I saw that they
going
announced it, I was like, man, we could have synergized for this. I feel. I mean, I know that they did more. It was. I didn't know anything about shows, but I did see he announced that, and I was like, okay. And it seems like a cool thing. Electric City Surf Club.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And I was just like, man, we could have synergized here, but it's still cool. I think it's who else is doing surf, like actual, not just saying we can't surf, but like surf music these days.
Yeah, that's wild.
All right, so let's get into the album release show. Tell us about the opening acts you have. It's coming up at the V Spot on Saturday, July 26th. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. with Alpha Rabbit, Meanderthal, and DJ Honeyman Lightnin.
Well, okay, we have Alpha Rabbit. Let's start there. They are, from what I, to my knowledge, based out of the Philadelphia area. I'm going to say that. We saw them at the Sherman Showcase a few months back, maybe last year, I think. And what an incredibly talented band. They actually rotate members as they're going through their set. You know, so one song, like the bass player after that song is playing the drums and she's singing back there, and so talented. One song I was actually moved to tears, which has not happened in a long time. Like, it was they're just very good. You gotta see them. Joe Wolf is in that band. He's also in the band called Doc Rotten that we've played with in Philadelphia.
Johnny.
Yeah, so Rock and Roll Johnny. They're wonderful. I hope everybody gets as excited about that band as I got excited about them when I saw them. We also have Meanderthal, a good friend of ours, Doug Ruckel, formerly of Powder Keg Culture. Now this is his new project, Meanderthal. They're doing some good things. They're playing some great shows. They are from the Bloomsburg area. I want to say Berwick, Bloomsburg. I know Doug's in the Bloomsburg area, I think. So they're from that area, of course. And, of course, our favorite guy in the world, Ian, DJ Honeyman Lightnin.
Oh, without he's one of our. I would say he's like a Mesos NEPA.
He's the fifth. He's the fifth Meso.
Without Ian, I mean, you know,
he's our Brian Epstein. There
have been so many shows where he made it all worth it.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, I met him through you guys. Just seeing this man, I was like, this guy is one of those characters that I meet when I joined this band with you guys. I meet these characters that I say every time, and I mean no disrespect. This is straight out of Spinal Tap. Mm-hmm. What is this? I need more of that. And he can talk about music, nerd out with like music nerd shit, like lore. Yes. Not even just talking about songs, just talking about the lore,
the stories.
And I feel like, you know, those are the kind of conversations I don't get to have naturally with a lot of people.
The guy who wants spinning vinyl at your show, especially at your record release show,
he just gets us, man.
Is the guy that worked at Bleecker Bob's. Like, you want that guy. That's the guy I want spinning vinyl. Like, he knows vinyl.
I want the guy who looks like a werewolf at a Spinal Tap and can music nerd talk shop with me for 2 hours.
Yeah, he's also in a great band, 40 Watt. He's a fantastic guitar player. 40 Watt's a fun band. If you like, Drive-By Truckers? Is that one of the bands that they cover?
Yeah, Drive-By and Lucinda Williams and stuff like that.
And some other stuff. Great stuff. I think they have some originals as well.
Yellow River Boys, you know, like, you know, good, like not too twangy Southern rock, but like just enough to. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff that teeters the line of where it's like I could stand this because it's not country.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
In a good way.
Yeah.
That rock country line, that Southern country line.
Right.
Southern rock line, rather. But Ian, I just feel like when he spins at shows that we, you know, have him with us, it's like he sets a mood. It's not just like, okay, you know, I'm not big into like a DJ. I don't go out to see DJs at clubs. I don't go out anywhere. But I feel like he does this thing of just, he sets the mood. It's the kind of music that you would expect to hear in between bands at a show for the music we play. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's, you know, I know people could do that nowadays with playlists or whatever. And I just feel like it was always such an important part of building an ambiance and an aesthetic of the show. Like, we're playing punk rock and garage rock. He'll play stuff that kind of would fit in, not necessarily just those genres, but things that, I don't know, he could just point at us and be able to figure out the kind of shit we dig without even having to speak to us.
Right.
And knows that we want to hear. And we can still tell him, like, I want this song on when we come out. And he'll have the record. That's another thing. It's all vinyl. Yeah. So that's just, like, crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
That you could just name a song, I have that on vinyl?
Right, but rather than in between, like when the bands are switching over, like he'll play in those spaces as well, not just his set, but he'll play in those spaces as well. And you know, some venues when the bands stop and they're switching over, like they're gonna hit whatever, and it's gonna be, it can throw the whole vibe off because it's
football game,
hip hop or it's pop country or whatever, and it's just like not what's happening here tonight, and that can sway your crowd out the door before the next band comes on. So he seems that whole night together for us.
If people come in
like the Big Lebowski's rug, he really ties the room together. Like that's what he.
I think even Bridges on rug. No, it's on table.
No,
he does. I mean, like it's seriously. It's almost like he's again. I keep seeing this mad scientist thing, but they go up to him and he's his whole setup, and it's just.
Yes, he really ties
very impressive
together
in a way that I feel like it's just like I said, he's our cryptid. He fits in well with us.
He grooves the room.
If we were to go, if it was logistically possible and if it happened, I'd put him in a van with us and go across the United States on tour.
Great.
With him specifically.
We talked about it.
But yeah, how you shoot shit. But I'm saying like that would be because I feel like it's a package like having us and DJ Honeyman Lightnin. It's like it's kind of like you don't just go. You don't go to just see your Holland and don't see your Oats.
Wait, it's not Holland Oats? I always thought it was one.
And I also was a big fan of Walter Prez, and Walter and Ian played together.
Yes,
so with Ian being there, it's like Walter's there. You know what I mean? There's like something of Walter there played in the awesome. So that's why I also like having Ian around. It makes me think of Walter. So
makes you smile. Kind of guy that
Walter was awesome.
He was the man.
Yeah, he was a very good man.
I never got to meet him, but I know that he was very
he was wonderful.
He seemed like he was a great dude.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Think about Walter often. I have a CD of Walter Prez and the Awesome, and I have it in every guitar I use for that show. His CD is in my case.
Soldier of the Awesome.
Yeah. So Soldier of the Awesome. It is. That's exactly it. Yeah, Walter was awesome.
He was. To Walter.
I don't drink. Well, I'd have cranberry and whatever he drank, but
So now I gotta admit to everybody that can was a lie. I thought you were supposed to look cool. We ain't squares, man. The punks are gonna like us even more now because we're posers. Come on, dude. Can't believe this. We went through rehearsal and everything.
You guys have kind of declared the V Spot a home for you guys. You played, I think, a headlining show there 4 years ago. I think he's posted on social media, and obviously you've played a bunch there since. But that kind of became a home to you. What makes it feel that way, and what are you looking forward to about playing this one?
Hospitality
goes a long way. When we walk in there, even before we walk in there, just talking to them, setting these things up, it feels like we're welcomed, we're wanted. It's not like, we're just the hired talent of the night. Like it actually feels like they care and they genuinely are just good hospitality. Like it's just, I don't know. It goes a long way with me as far as just, it doesn't matter. People could say like, oh, this place does this, and it's like, it's all about how you treat the talent and the customers. And I feel like they are more than how you need to be when it comes to hospitality, as far as how they treat us there.
The bartenders are great. I mean,
they're giving us the time of day to begin with. Because I know Vinny said when, we were last minute addition to a show where a band couldn't play. It was I think it was like 4 metal bands, and one of them couldn't play, and then we got the spot to fill in, and Vinny had seen us before, and just I know that he had said to me when we called the book after that he was trying to do more original bands and stuff, and I feel like it's just giving the local original bands that chance to say, you know what, I know a lot of places don't like to have original music at their bar. They don't like to have original music at their clubs and their establishments. But I'm going to try this because it seems like the people really like it, and I want to provide that, and I think that that's just great because. And then it's not to diss anybody who plays covers or anything like that, because everybody's got music to do what they live with. They work for a living. It's good stuff. But I'm just saying you need to have those places that give the original bands a chance, because if you don't, where are they going to go? Right. They're going to sit at home and hope they get viral on TikTok? And
if it wasn't for originals, there'd be no covers. I mean...
Unless
somebody had to give them a chance at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's not going to be anything new coming if chances aren't given.
Right.
And I feel like that, and again, this is easy for me to say because I grew up around it, like when I was a little fetus boy, but I feel like the Scranton area, like the NEPA area, has a very unique amount of variety and talent in its music and art scene that you wouldn't think if you were not from here or if you weren't looking for it. And I feel like partly that is because it doesn't have enough places saying, hey, come show us what you got. Like, we don't, and again, not to say anything bad about covers, but I understand that's what people want to hear. It's just, to give the musicians and artists a chance to go and show what they have to offer means a lot to me.
Yes.
Thanks, Ben.
Yes, thanks, Vinny.
So you guys will be playing through the whole new album, or
and pickup truck,
and pickup truck,
nor is Diesel drinking scum.
Yeah, most, totally all the stuff from the new album will be heard, and of course, everyone's other favorites, our older songs or whatever, the foundation songs, and the other surprises, like we always try to do a little something extra when we do our shows, especially the V Spot. Like, I think if it was like in February, I would throw that like candy out.
That was one that does come to mind.
Yeah,
when you said
flowers and stuff one time. Yeah, so there'll be something, some little surprise, little thing, that we care about the people that come out to see us. Little thing.
I won't have the inhaler that shoots green smoke. That
we still need our
I wanted to do this, make like a full big stage prop inhaler of our logo, and it would shoot. Like, obviously it would be green smoke, but green light that make the fog look green. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but I feel like there's got to be a way.
But with our luck, the way when we send it out to get made, it'll come back like that Stonehenge thing in Spinal Tap.
That'd be great, though.
Yeah.
Because then again, it goes back to is this how Spinal Tap? I feel like I've met so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the best part about being on the Mesos. For me, anyway. It's like, this guy looks like a Spinal Tap. No, I'm kidding. I love being in this band. But it is great to meet cryptids and characters that I could literally look at and go, you seem like something out of a movie. I didn't know real people existed like that, and that gives me so much joy.
Well, let's see if we have any comments. I think we had a couple in here. Anybody who wants to add anything to the conversation, please do so, because we don't have much time left. So if you want to add a question or comment or anything like that.
You said this is all fully. We don't have to censor ourselves, right?
That is correct.
Okay, well, I know that you have comic book and Star Wars stuff around here, so if anybody out there watching on the stream, I want to know. So Chewbacca from Star Wars. Do you think his dick is like a dog's and it's like a red rocket that's hidden? or do you think that it's kind of like the fur just covers it? Because Chewbacca don't wear pants, and the other Wookiees don't either. So George Lucas won't respond to my emails. So can you tell me? What do you think? And we can get a consensus going here.
Oh, man.
Well, see, on YouTube, people are using their username. So we have Scrunculus. Scrunculus sounds like somebody who could answer that question. I don't want to assume anything, but it just seems like. So let's see. It says Misery Lou by Dick Dale is probably a favorite. He said our new set looks great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Put some extra work into it, added a little detail. You can see the stuff behind the logo there and everything like that. It is quite a pain to make that glow behind the thing there. So put some elbow grease in. So thank you.
There is so much blue in this room. It's incredible. My sister Kelly would love the coordination of how much blue you've been able to find of everything.
All the blue.
The blue shield, the blue rimmed bucket.
Yes, perfect.
I like that little pillar thing.
The table pillar.
The two triangles, the two pyramids. I like that. I don't know what you call that. I don't know what you call that shape, but I like it. I want more. I want them. I want bigger. I want taller ones in my
buildings like that.
There are buildings like that. The building in RoboCop was the OCP headquarters was actually a building that was shaped like that. Again, nerd shit. I don't know. I'm around nerd shit all over the here. We're talking about the ambiance here. It's great. I love the what he's done.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I put usually we have one of my helmets over here, but we put the Lego head there because I know you're a Lego guy. There you go. You got it right.
Me and Brian Lang, we got the same tattoos because he told me that I couldn't beat Mario Tennis over the summer. a few years ago, and I said, well, if I win, and we gotta get matching tattoos, and so we got stick and poke Lego skulls, which is that, you know.
Scrunculus agrees that V-Spot shows are always great. G-Pick says, bro in the tank top, let's chug a beer. I got one ready.
See? Now, if you had kept to script, you could have played in character there, but you had to break script.
He said, come to Kansas City. We'll treat you right.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, Kansas City. That's Papa Meat town.
I'd love to come to barbecue.
No, I mean, that's where Papa Meat's from. And I'm decked out in my Papa Meat merch. Well, when I found Kansas City, which has always confused me, is not in Kansas.
It's Missouri.
Yeah, which blew my mind when I found that out. And I found that out way too late in my life.
There is a Kansas City.
As in, like,
too,
a year ago.
I think there is a Kansas City.
Does it like go into both? Is it one of those things?
No,
I don't know.
No, that's...
We're NEPA yokels. I would love to visit that part of the United States, though. I always thought it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, because it's
like
different.
Barbecue.
You see different things. You don't see your mountainous horizons or whatever. I feel like it'd be cool.
Very flat. Yeah.
Cool, like an alien world almost. You know. Or am I talking nonsense?
No, you're good. Yeah.
But I mean, you don't see it. It's just flat. It's like looking out to the ocean, but it's not water. It's land.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to come to Kansas City if hit us up, find some venues, find some bands. I would love to go out that far. Again, I would actually like to see that part of the country we live in.
I'd love to get some food.
Rock it out and eat some food up there. You know, man.
Get
down
sick.
there, they probably have some real fucking good barbecue down there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They do.
Dig God. I mean, that's.
Summer, do you have any questions you want to add?
No, the only thing was on Instagram, Cruel Bomb said Connor is also formerly known as Nintendo Kid.
Oh, god damn it. All right, GameStop guy. I'll have you know I haven't seen that hoodie since I was wearing it to your GameStop, so I think you might have that. My Nintendo boy hoodie. I went in there to buy, my fiance's father wanted the NES Classic, and I went in there to buy it, and of course I had a Nintendo hoodie on. So therefore, I was always referred to as Nintendo Kid.
Well, I mean, you did bring it up in conversation, too. Earlier, you're like, Nintendo music.
Oh.
I was gonna bring it up there.
Come on. I was just trying to think of the most outlandish genre I could name, and Nintendo Core took the...
Took its place.
They ruined Donkey Kong. I'm not a Nintendo stand. They ruined him. Took away all his stoicness. Now he looks like a friggin' Disney cartoon.
Oh no!
I mean, yeah, he looks
Did they
more like
him?
he looks more like the original arcade cab Donkey Kong.
Oh.
But the Donkey Kong that I know you like to play,
Donkey Kong
Country.
Yes.
That's what, to me, when I think Donkey Kong, that's what he looks like. Right. Well, he don't look like that no more. Okay.
I'm disappointed.
I don't look like Donkey Kong, do I?
No.
No, you're more of a Chunky Kong.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm more Cranky Kong actually. I'm more of a Chunky Kong. You're more of a Cranky Kong. I'm more of a Chunky Kong when it comes to just our height and build.
I get it. I got you.
All right, so if before we close out, I just want to mention that if you look back on our videos of our red carpet interviews from the Steamtown Music Awards the past few years, you guys, Connor in particular, has made those very interesting. So can we expect any kind of craziness or weird sort of questions or tangents this year?
Tangents.
Any topics you'd like to bring up?
Yes.
That you feel are being smothered by the press.
I mean, I feel like I kind of already did with the Chewbacca dick thing. I mean, I can go further with, but
sure,
I mean,
sure. Which I would say probably. I mean, as much as I hate to think about this, I think Red Rocket.
That's what I was thinking. It's got to be a Red Rocket, right? Because the fur can't stay covering it the whole time. And if all Wookiees don't wear pants,
Chewbacca does a lot of running, so I would think, be flopping around.
Chafing
so
might be a
if
thing.
there was, if there was just a human dick with hair covering it. So
There's one person that agreed on Instagram, Big Doggy Hog.
Any tangent?
Thank you, Instagram.
Tangents that I could think of. I mean, I'm sure by the next time I'm interviewed by somebody, I would have a better tangent to come up with. My original plan was going to come here and do magic tricks. I was going to bring a pack of Yoda playing cards, and I was going to say pick card, and you were going to pick card, and I would say, okay, name what's on your card. It's Yoda. Didn't do it though. But I don't know. I feel like I could come up with something better. But my ranting, the prolapse, Howie Mandel's prolapse anus TikTok, that's old news. I mean, it's still fucking hilarious that it happened. Don't get me wrong.
This is no longer relevant. Yeah.
I mean, I think that the Coldplay, I think the Coldplay incident's pretty funny. But but I just want to. Australians was kind of a rant. I mean, actually, if there's any Australian fans watching, please find a venue. I would love to come there and visit. My fiance will never want to come to Australia because she says everything there wants to kill her. But I told her that's bullshit, okay? That's only when you go on those non-man-made beaches. I want to go to Australia.
Or when you go to
So if anyone is watching from Australia, hit me up. What? That's my rant, okay?
Man, I wish I could zoom in from the desk. The eyes got me.
Oh, and bring back Zima. Again.
Jolly Rancher flavored? Do you want a Jolly Rancher in it?
No, just Zima. It doesn't have to be Zima Gold, none of that. Just bring back Zima. They did it 2 summers in a row, and it was beautiful, and they need to do it again. Japan, they always have it. So just bring some of that love over here to the U.S.
Ecto Cooler while you're at it.
There you go.
That's all nostalgia bait.
RFK might not let us have that, right?
Yeah, probably not. That's true.
Yeah, it might have some color.
Make some Ecto Cooler. Find some ghosts. Make yourself some real Ecto Cooler. You farting?
Wow, somebody's actually upstairs. That's weird. Usually this time of night, nobody's up there.
They're firing up the ink presses.
Yeah.
No, don't say press.
Weird.
All right, so anything else you guys want to mention before we get out of here?
We just want to thank everybody that stuck with us for the last how many years of being Mesos and all the support that's given to us, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or streaming our stuff or buying our merch or coming to the show. Like, just thank you and keep doing that for us, please. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job. Whatever you're doing a great
Keep
job.
up the good work.
Yeah. All right, well, the Mesos' new album of 7 songs, Can't Surf, will be released on Saturday, July 26th on all major streaming platforms. You can pre-order it starting tomorrow on Bandcamp. The Mesos will host an album release show at the V-Spot in Scranton on Saturday, July 26th from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. with Alpha Rabbit, Meanderthal, and DJ Honeyman Lightnin. Admission is $10 at the door.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you. I have to pee so bad.
Thanks for having us. Can you tell I love to hear myself talk?
Well, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the conversation, please make sure that you do all the good algorithm things. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff so that we can reach more and more people. And more people can show up for these guys on Saturday. We want to spread the word as best we can. And we can't do that without your help. So please do all that good stuff. And then we'll probably be back at our normal time Wednesdays at 7 for the next NEPA Scene Podcast. In fact, Cruel Bomb was mentioned before. We're going to be having them on soon to talk about their new album and album release coming up. So not probably this week, I think the following week.
And I'll harass him and I'll come here and I'll say, hey, Brandon, GameStop guy.
Yes, exactly. But until then, have a good night, and we'll see you here hopefully Wednesday.
That's the way the news goes.